Today, I want to talk with you about the wealthy lightworker. If you are a lightworker and struggling to make ends meet, struggling to have the kind of abundance that you want, listen further. So, the term wealthy lightworker came to me several months ago, and it struck me because those two words, wealthy lightworker, don't seem to go together. So the term light worker in people's minds, as they associate it with a certain energy, it's about humility, selflessness, generosity, and those are all wonderful. That's the quintessential light worker. However, when it comes to looking at words like wealth, abundance, overflow, that's when the energy starts to shift a little bit, where people who are service oriented begin to feel feelings of guilt, feelings of shame. They start to question their worth. They start to question whether or not they're doing enough. It's almost like being financially abundant and having more than what they need is a sin, or is greedy or selfish or despicable or morally empty. Those are some of the terms that I've actually heard some of my previous clients start with because they have that deep sense of purpose, the deep sense that they're supposed to serve and help others. And yet there's those subtle interpretations of what that looks like. A lot of us are bringing with us into the present time stories from our childhood, stories that we picked up from our parents, from things that we've observed in life, where it's like if you are meant to help people, then you should do it for free. And that couldn't be further than the truth, because it actually perpetuates a cycle of lack and scarcity. Lightworkers are not meant to be in lack and scarcity. So when it comes to money, it's no different. But I have found that that's the gap that a lot of people are struggling with, because they're helping, they're serving, they're working hard, they're being generous, and at the same time, they are feeling spent. They don't have enough to barely pay their bills. They are postponing the things that they want in life. Or if they buy something that they really like, there's a sense of guilt. So all of that doesn't need to be happening. And there's a different way to approach it with your mind and with your energy. And the shifts that need to happen are actually on the inside. So it's not about how hard you can work. It's not about how generous you are. It's not about how many certifications you have. It's not about your talent or even your intuitive ability. Because I have met some of the most intuitive, talented people who are struggling financially because they have not yet resolved the beliefs in themselves that are saying that being wealthy is bad. It is greedy. It is morally empty. Those are some of the terms that I've heard before people are actually aware that they can change their beliefs. Those beliefs are not set in stone, which is really the good news, because you can change your perspective. And in doing so, you can actually change your experience so that you can do the work that you feel motivated to do in the world, and you can work less hours. You can cultivate the life that you envision for yourself and enjoy the experience of having more money. Some of the beliefs that people have that are stopping them from experiencing greater levels of abundance are completely unconscious, meaning that they're not aware of them at all, right? They just have this overall feeling of it's not okay for me to have more. And it's not even something that someone says aloud or even says to themselves. It's really buried in the unconscious. And likely it originated from an experience or something that you observed far before you had the awareness or maturity to know that the belief really has no basis in truth. It's not a fact. It's not just the way it is, but because you've been believing that, that's the way it's been for you. And now years later, that unsupported belief is putting a cap on your financial abundance. Maybe you think that there's no way to make a stable income doing what you love, or that helping others and making a good amount of money don't mix. And I used to think that way too. So I am speaking from experience when I tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be the way it is for you. And all it takes is the change to occur within. So it's not that someone just mysteriously decides to pay you more money because they see how amazing you are. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not because they see how many degrees that you have or how many certifications that you have and they want to pay you more. It doesn't work that way. And some of you who have made decent amounts of money but haven't been able to hold on to that money or really enjoy that money, begin to realize that it's more than just the making of the money, right? It's your relationship with it. When you expand your belief around ways in which you can be abundant and do the work that you feel is purposeful, then you're creating a higher level of abundance, a higher level of light that you are emitting into the world. So it actually is more in alignment with being a light worker to be wealthy and abundant, to not be in survival mode or in the struggle. So today, I just want to plant a seed with you to let you know that the Wealthy Lightworker is something that is possible for you. Because I've realized there's such a need for lightworkers to be abundant and to have the capacity for more wealth, I've decided to teach my exact money alignment process. You can actually multiply your income in the next 90 days. So it's a super exciting container that I'll be launching in a few weeks. And if anything of what I said resonates with you, then I highly encourage you to sign up for the wait list so that you get first notification when these live trainings become available. You'll be able to interact with me and get your questions answered. And like I said, we'll be looking at challenges specific to lightworkers and how to expand your capacity for wealth. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.